speaker today is Mr. Anup Bagchi. Mr. Bagchi, as we know, is the MD and CEO of ICICI Prudential Life Insurance. In his that's since June 2023, and his over 3 decades of professional career, he's worked across various domains in the financial services, from retail and corporate banking to broking and insurance. Before this current role, Mr. Bagchi was the executive director of the ICICI Group, where he led investment banking, wholesale banking, merchant group, and proprietary trading group. Before that, he was the he was the MD and CEO of ICICI Securities, where he led to the growth in broking as well as distribution of financial assets and the wealth management businesses. He's also been honored with the Asian Banker Retail Finance Person of the Year Award in the Asian Banker Excellence for Financial Retail Services 2021 for helping grow the bank's retail business through digital transformation. He has represented ICICI Group in various committees with SEBI and RBI, has been on a number of expert committees there. Having joined ICICI in 1992, he's led multiple roles, as we all have heard till now. Mr. Bagchi is an alumnus of IIM Bangalore, also holds a degree in engineering from IIT Kanpur. So he's going to be discussing on the evolution of the insurance industry, also share a roadmap of how they're going to be driving the profitable growth for ICICI Pru Life. Our insurance sector lead, Mr. Avinash Singh, will be driving this discussion with him. Gentlemen, welcome on stage.
Hi Anup, welcome to MK Confluence 2024, and thank you a lot for agreeing to do this session. Yes, the choice of timing is just post-lunch discussing insurance, so it's going to be a challenging task, but definitely knowing you, definitely I'm very hopeful that the interaction will be interesting. Okay, so to start, I mean, as Preeti just introduced, your background, the 3 decades, you have seen almost all aspects of financial services. Spending a lot of time in banking, then having seen broking very closely, and now at the helm of ICICI Prudential Life, in a time when things a lot are changing. So the first and foremost, because I mean in this all discussion around insurance, it all starts, I mean, the comparison in terms of what the industry gets right or wrong. In your experience, can you sort of summarize what is there for life insurance companies particularly to learn from the banking players? And is there something that life insurance guys are doing better than banking that banking can do? So let's start on that note.
Thank you for inviting me here. And this is post-lunch, so I'll infuse it with some humor. नहीं तो सब सो जाते हैं जल्दी. So banking and insurance, see, these are 2 parts of the same coil. So if you see not the lifespan, but if you see the wealth span of a family, initially when you start a job, etc., you don't have assets, so you start taking loans. Start taking loans because you don't have corpus, so you take loans essentially to fund assets, or now more increasingly to fund consumption. And then as you move forward, and around 35-40, we have seen that generally people start lessening for consumption because there is enough surplus, but still people take loans for assets, namely home loans, etc. And then as you move forward, then you have surpluses that get created. And then you start then creating surplus and corpus building starts to happen. But in between now, you have small SIPs that people start because the market is also good, and you start creating corpus, but that is essentially more from consumption purposes rather than from corpus purposes. So if you see banking and insurance, this is, in a way, one has to see the wealth cycle of a family. And initial part of the wealth cycle, you require protection because you still don't have a goal, but you have responsibilities which is fixed to a goal, but you still don't have enough corpus to meet your goals. And so the initial part is protection, and then a little bit of protection and savings, and then as you move towards the end, you will have annuities, etc., which doesn't have a life cover because you don't require life cover at that point of time. And then you only require, cash flows, etc. So these are linked in some ways in the life cycle of a family. Now, what can insurance learn from banking? I think the biggest thing that life insurance, I'm talking about life insurance, has to learn from banking is that life insurance can be made simpler, and life insurance processes can be improved even further. And I would say that just like in banking, in life insurance, because there is two kinds of products that are there. There is a savings and investment, and there is a risk component. On the risk component, much more data. Just like you have credit bureau there, insurance bureaus have started, but it can do a much deeper job in figuring out risk. From a risk perspective, because many people I have seen, they don't have the understanding of the risk on the life insurance part. On pure protection, for 1 rupee, you get 400 rupees of cover. So for 25,000, you get a crore of cover, which is 400 times. We say that banking is a leveraged business, but there is no leverage in the banking because at 20% capital adequacy, the leverage is only 5:1. Here it is 400:1 and completely unsecured. And you have no control over the other side. And so it is natural that, there is a lot of conservatism built on the life insurance part. And on the other side also there is 1:10 for normal savings product also it is 1:10, which also is higher leverage than what you get in banking. And so it is even more important that on insurance, the risk element has to be managed very, very well. And which is why one of the reasons that the penetration in India is low is not because of anything else, but I feel that it is also low because the risk is so disproportionately high that you really cannot experiment too much on the risk side. So that is something that one has to understand on the sector side. What can banking learn from life insurance? I think if you look at the life insurance industry, it is largely almost a completely intermediated industry. You have agents and you have bank partners and you have, so it's so distribution is largely outsourced. And it's a tough product because it's a close-ended product. It's a locked-up product and it is a risk product. So there is no inherently natural explicit demand for those products. And yet, if you see the growth rate of life insurance industry across interest rate cycles, it has always held at 17% of the savings, which I think is quite remarkable because I have seen firsthand the agility of the life insurance players to adjust to new changes is much faster than of any other sector that I have personally seen. Because you had greater than 5 lakhs going away and everybody thought that life has again come to an end. So this life insurance has really 9 lives. And people are driven and people innovate and people move very fast and they adjust. Today, just now, just before coming here, the monthly numbers again came and you would have seen the numbers again, that it is a very healthy number. See, we may say low base, high base, this base, that base, but last base was also not bad. So I have seen that people are more agile and because the distribution is very varied and different kinds of distributor, you really have to work very hard on the cusp of product and the channel and the customer segments. And they have to wrap it all around the process efficiencies that you have.
Okay, one point you touched upon, and that sort of takes the discussion further. And that is how, one can say the glass empty, glass half full. If we look, Indian population, working age population, nearly 70 crores, that kind of presents a big opportunity for protection. But reality of that, the way you said 400x leverage, that in a way, the moment you apply your data and filter, restricts the scope for life insurer to really sell protection product to maybe few crores individuals only. So that, in a way, that okay, if you look at the glass half full, that okay, that's a big population, but there's a restriction coming from that to whom you can really sell the term. If you look again on the retirement side, I mean, eventually the working age population aging, and then we again have a massive opportunity. But there also, still, I mean, we as a country and society not used to the low interest rate. We think that, oh, these guaranteed rates are not really attractive. So that also sort of, in a way, limits your addressable market. So how do you see, I mean, the glass, this half empty, half full in case of the retail protection or the retirement/pension products?
No, very good question, very good question. So on the protection side, see, you can get protection from individual protection. So how does protection come into the market? First is individual protection, that is somebody goes and you just buy a pure term insurance. Second protection is through an employer-employee, that there is a group term which a corporate buys and hence you get a insurance. And third is credit protection, which is you take a loan, against that insurance is, cover is attached to that loan. I feel that, you know, for very, very large sort of coverage, you require essentially, where does the risk come from? Risk comes from two things. One is mortality risk. And second one is you must have law of large numbers so that you are able to manage the risk. And you have to get away from anti-selection. That is, you pick up wrong kinds of people. So these are the three sort of risks that are there. Mortality largely is stable. Largely stable, but across tier 1, tier 2. So there is a big difference between tier 3 and tier 1. And it is not because of per capita, it is also because of healthcare systems. So if there is mortality is there, you have to basically prevent anti-selection. When you do credit protect, that is when you link it up to a credit, then you generally don't have anti-selection issues because nobody is taking a loan because you want to take life insurance cover. And to that extent, you see that it is much more homogeneous and manageable. And group term, of course, but on the group term side, you know, we are only 17-18% salaried as a country. So you don't have that kind of group term coverage. ICICI Prudential, because we are a large protection player, we are almost touching 10 crore lives cover. So we have covered 10 crore lives. But if you see large part of the life coverage, where does it come from? What is the source? The source, essentially, a large part of it also comes from credit life. Because there are many, many more people. Like I said, as you go on the lower on the per capita, you don't have surpluses to invest, and so you take loans. And at the lower end, you know, if you look at small self-help groups or you look at MFIs, etc., these loans are essentially not so much for consumption. This is to generate income, but they don't have collateral. I'm just mixing up banking and insurance. So they don't have collateral. So they are essentially unsecured loans, but they are meant for income generation. And so there they take protection. And number of lives that get covered, the premiums are low. And then you, of course, you have the PMJJY product, which is 1 year product, you know, 400 odd premium, and you get a 2 lakh of premium. So there are multiple sources of protection that you can get. And as and when the data gets enriched, you will see that the protection will increase. And it is increasing, and there is now some demand which is coming up for protection on its own. So protection is not such a sort of, you know, dark situation. I think it's a positive situation. And it is coming, and more data, I must say that Insurance Bureau also every month is improving. So that is also a very, very positive thing. And you can see in India, pre and post credit bureaus, the way retail asset market moved. And I'm very confident that it will be quite similar here as well. Now coming to the annuity part, as you age, see, memories are short, but hopefully when you are 60, then your memory will not be short, and it will have a longer memory. And I have personally, because now 32 years, so 1998, I don't know how many of you were there in 1998, I have personally invested government security at 14%. 14% Government of India security. And come 2004, which is 6 years later, it was at 5/4. So such is the volatility. And for people who might not have forgotten COVID, so from COVID to now, there is a jump of 2%. 2% is almost CAGR of large cap returns. because 40% it has jumped from 5 to 7%. So interest rates are also very volatile, and they move up and move down. And now, as the macro is becoming stronger and stronger, the tendency will be to move down. There also, I feel that it will move from. I think that the product innovation will start, and it will move from guaranteed product to variable products, variable annuities, where you have a mix of equity and then you have a mix of guarantee. Because everybody is reading India Shining, everybody wants to take some part of the India Shining in their portfolio, howsoever old you are. देखो सबका फोमो होता है, छूटना नहीं चाहिए देखो कुछ. हाँ तो छूटना नहीं चाहिए तो क्या करो आप 80% आप उस पर डाल दो, 20% आप इक्विटी में डाल दो, तो अच्छा लगता है थोड़ा कि रिटर्न आ गया थोड़ा. I have also participated. So that is also, so the product innovation will also happen. The pure reinvestment risk, see, insurance companies also take care of the reinvestment risk. That's how you give long-term guarantee. But if the interest rates are low, variable annuities will come in, and product will morph, and people will start putting in money in variable annuity. Now, एक और मैं angle से बताता हूँ. If you look at NPS, all the incremental corporate NPS, it is all going towards higher equity, not debt. But still, if you see outstanding AUM of NPS, these are all outstanding debt, because the central government and state government, when they came with a mandate of EPFO type of a mandate. But incrementally, all corporate NPS which is coming, it has large equity portion. So India mein you cannot take out, you can't, so the products which will work best is you give me a safety net, but help me participate in the India growth story. And see, the reason why pessimists generally lose in this world is because pessimist thinks that all things will remain the same. So कोई गिर रहा है तो गिरता रहेगा और कुछ change नहीं होगा, ऐसा नहीं होता है. Everything changes with time, and people adapt with time. And I think the product structures in insurance will also change towards that. And you'll see the ULIP, for example. ULIP is the fastest growing. Why ULIP is the fastest growing? Because India is shining. So money is coming there. So things will adjust, don't worry. Because through thick and thin, insurance industry has been at 17% of savings.
Moving on to now regulations, because without that, the insurance discussion will not be complete. Now, I mean, we have seen a regulator acting in the interest of policyholder, and that should be the way. Now, with the latest change, particularly on the surrender value side, do you think the balance has been kind of reached in terms of the policyholders' interest, and also at the same time, shareholder also gets a return from this? And on that front only, how are you going to react, or how are you reacting? Because you have already started to react.
No, absolutely. When does the sector grow? And I see many faces here who have also seen, pre-NSE days. Nobody has seen pre-BSE days, but certainly there are people who have seen pre-NSE days. See, देखो किसी भी sector में ना, when the trust increases, everything will improve. Okay, so trust has to be improved. And the trust for improvement, what do people require? See, people require, or they want liquidity, not because they want to redeem, but they want an option of liquidity. And there is a cost of liquidity that they are willing to pay. If you make the cost very high, it becomes an entry barrier to the sector. And so surrender cost, essentially, is reducing that entry barrier. Now, from ICICI Prudential, as you are aware, even before this regulation came, much before the discussions happened, we had already launched a zero surrender charge product. But you cannot launch a zero surrender charge product with high upfront commission, because gaming will happen. See, no customer comes in to surrender. Why will any customer will come in to surrender and lose money? But there is gaming that also happens in the sector. So if you have large upfront and zero surrender, people will take loan, put policy. And India is a creative space. So लोग लोन ले लेंगे, एक पॉलिसी खरीदेंगे और कमीशन ले लेंगे, पॉकेट में रखेंगे, सरेंडर करेंगे, फिर इसको जलेबी की तरह चलाते रहेंगे. Now to do that, what you have to do is you have to just make sure that this is level commission. So that first year, if you are making 7% plus GST, around 4.5%, 11%, you have to make sure that the commission is less than 11.5%. Then the maths will start working. and you launch it and it will work, and it is working for us. So far, so good. So I feel that, things like this, nobody will start to surrender just because surrender charges, from zero has moved to some 50-60%. पैसे कोई 100 का 100 थोड़ी मिल रहा है आपको अभी भी. But at the back of the mind, you know that there is an option. So there is a temporary liquidity requirement and there is a permanent liquidity requirement. So when there is a temporary liquidity requirement, you must be able to give them loan against policy instantaneously. And if there is a permanent liquidity requirement, then the breakage cost should be reasonable. Should not be zero, okay, but should be reasonable. So that people are adequately disincentivized to do, but if there is an emergency, you can do. Life insurance companies are also innovating that for emergency end use, one can take 25, 30, 40, 50% of the money back, from the policy. So you create a comfort of liquidity as and when you require if there is real urgency. But you have to make money work for a very long period of time for corpus building. See, ये देखो ये जो होता है ना, it is like a, see what is liquidity versus illiquidity. आपने एक बच्चे को छोड़ दिया, बच्चे का टाइम लिक्विडिटी क्या होता है? बच्चे को छोड़ दिया, वो खेलना चाहता है खेलने दो, वीडियो करना चाहता है वीडियो करने दो, और उसको टीवी देखना है टीवी देखने दो. दैट इज कॉल्ड लिक्विडिटी ऑफ टाइम. बड़ा होकर क्या बनने वाला है वो बच्चा? फुल लिक्विडिटी दे दी. तो यू आर अवेयर नो द एम्फी नंबर्स दैट द परसिस्टेंसी ऑफ SIP आफ्टर 5 years इज 3%. यू आर अवेयर नो द एम्फी नंबर्स परसिस्टेंसी 3%. एवरी मंथ 100 SIP खुलते हैं, 50 बंद हो जाते हैं. वाई? बिकॉज इट इज़ वेरी हार्ड टू कंट्रोल इमोशंस. आपको मार्क टू मार्केट दिखता है ना, आपको लगता है रिडीम करके एक आईफोन ले ही लेते हैं, एक वेकेशन ले ही लेते हैं. सी फॉर कॉर्पस बिल्डिंग यू रिक्वायर डिसिप्लिन, बिकॉज इन दिस गेम इट इज़ नॉट अ गेम ऑफ जीनियस, इट इज़ अ गेम ऑफ पेशेंस. एंड पेशेंस में क्या, थोड़ा सा इलिक्विडिटी इज नॉट बैड. इट इज़ नॉट बैड. Illiquidity is not bad. You have to make the corpus grow over a period of time, but you cannot make the entry so tough that you lose a lot of money, you lose everything. That entry itself doesn't happen. See, that's the fine balance that one has to do. Anyway, all corpus building in India, EPFO हो गया, NPS हो गया, there is no liquidity there. Because you can't give liquidity. If you give liquidity, there is no corpus building. You can forget about corpus building. Because लालच आ ही जाता बीच में. और मार्केट ऐसा चलेगा तो फिर तो मजा ही मजा है ना. 40% जंप हो रहा है तो फिर क्या है.
Okay. Continuing again on regulation, one more thing that is being talked almost for a year now, this composite licensing. Now, from Indian context, today practically each large financial group anyway has all offerings.
Correct.
And that is how typically it is around the world. I mean, the operating companies, be it life, be it general, and even at times health, are very, very different. I mean, we may have the AXA Alliance of the world as a composite listed entity, but in individual markets, they have like different separate companies because the nature of the product, the nature of customer servicing, the touch points are very different. Now, how do you see, I mean, of course, the bill has not yet presented in Parliament, but of course the draft had this. So what's your view on composite? I mean, what is it sort of can achieve and how will the individual groups will respond to this?
No, your observation is absolutely right for all large groups except LIC. Very important, except LIC. Everybody else has general insurance and life insurance within the group. That is number one. Thus, observation number two is also correct, that essentially health is more with life, less with GI, but in India it is the reverse. It is more with GI. Third, I would say that whatever life insurance, and we are also guilty, I'm not saying that it is for others, that whatever life could do in health, I don't think life has done fully whatever they could do in health within the current regulation. Fourth is that suppose a composite license comes. Composite license has many things. The Insurance Act has many things. Only focus somehow is coming to insurance, this composite license, but it has many things, including distribution of financial products. You can white label. So there are many, many things that you can do. And as and when composite license comes, we will see. There is enough scope for individually. There is enough scope for life insurance. There is enough scope for general insurance. There is enough scope for SAHI. everything. You know, there is no requirement to jump from one to the other, one to the other, one to the other. As and when it comes, there are many things life insurance can do. It will give us more flexibility. I'm sure it will give general insurance companies also more flexibility. I think market will expand, and I think it will all turn out well. I think we are sort of overplaying this whole composite license. As I said, there is only one large player which does not have health insurance, play within itself. Although within the same shareholder they have.
Okay. Now moving to ICICI Prudential. I mean, one of the complaints the equity investor had with ICICI Prudential Life is the kind of, the balancing act of growth and profitability, or rather predictability. I appreciate that sector has so many externalities, but yet within this sector, one complaint that has typically investor with ICICI Prudential, the predictability of growth and profitability. I mean, it seems that, okay, I mean, now at least since you have come for last 1 year, things are coming back on more balanced track. Now, how do you see, I mean, what has not worked in the past for your growth profitability kind of a balancing and making it more predictable for investors? And how do you see, I mean, going ahead, you are going to do this balancing act of growth and profitability?
No, I think the observation is absolutely right. There is nothing, I think observation is valid and the observation is fair. I think we have to work harder to balance three things. We have to balance growth, we have to balance profitability, and we have to balance risk. Risk somehow goes out of the picture all the time, but we have to balance risk also. Because Indian life insurance companies haven't done too much of protection or protection types. And so we haven't seen risk. And when the risk came, it came under COVID times. And because COVID time, so itni जोर से बाढ़ आई, सभी डूब गए, so there was no differentiation. Yeah, so it was okay. So I agree with you that we have to balance, and growth has come back, and some balance has come. On the risk and growth, certainly it is there. On the profitability side also, it is steady, but I think we can do much better. I mean, the sector also can do much better. We can also certainly do much better, and we are aware of the issue, number one, and we are working towards those issues, and it is also coming and it is showing up also. So I don't think that there is, but of course, I think the comment is absolutely valid that all the three has to be balanced. Having been on all sides of the BFSI, all of us want what? We want growth, consistency, we want profit consistency, we want fill it, shut it and forget it. A compounding machine over a long period of time. And at ICICI Prudential, we are well aware that we have to create a compounding machine over a long period of time. So we'll keep working at it. But no quarrels with the observation. I think observation is absolutely correct. It pushes us and reminds us every day what we have to do.
Yeah, so kind of, I mean, if I can say, in financial services, the impossible trinity of balancing the growth, profitability, and risk. So
I don't think it is an impossible. No, but I mean, it is a difficult possibility. I don't think it's an impossible trinity. But let me give you some examples. That will be useful. For example, we are issuing now 60% of the policy same day. Now, everybody, if you ask in the insurance industry on life insurance, they will say it is impossible. How can you give 60%? Medical karna, ye karna, wo karna. But ho gaya. Same day we are giving same day commission to the top advisors. So same day commission to the top advisor, I think it is desirable, no? That you should give same day commission to the top advisor. Why should you not? Achha, how come we are able to give in life insurance, we are not able to give in mutual fund? We should be able to, na? वहाँ तो ना free look है, वहाँ पर ना कुछ है, वहाँ पे क्यों नहीं दे सकते? आप दे सकते हो उसको. देखो, impossible क्या है? If you have to see, if you want to have breakthrough will come only by breaking the Gordian knot of trade-offs. And I feel that, using data, analytics, process engineering, you can do that breakup. Because when you do same-day issuance of policy, what happens is that if somebody is dealing with two insurers and gets a policy on second last day, where will they put the policy? They're going to put the policy to the person where you are going to get issued the same day and you are going to get the money the same day. Isn't it? So you create a new market out of nothing. See, people think that you can't. You can create a market out of process engineering also. Okay, you can create a market out of products. For example, platinum product, where in ULIP we are giving commission, no upfront commission, basis only fund value. Now, some part of the distributors have started to pick it up very well. Because they know that as the fund value increases, ये उसका pension plan है, चलता रहेगा उसका. And because it is locked up, customer cannot redeem. So they were going to get that money. Now, these innovations also create markets. So that is how you have to really start to think in any sector. What is that real trade-off which is blocking the progress? And what kind of problems you must have on the table to solve? And then how will you solve the problem? For example, on the early claims, because ये तो profit का बताते हैं, अभी उसका risk का होता है. On the early claims, we have now 5 patents on the early claim model. Our early claims has dropped by 2/3 on some parts of our business. Because if you are able to run very, very tight fraud analytics, you are able to, if you are able to run analytics very well, you are able to do enhanced due diligence and you are able to cut it off, those places. And so what happens is that all progress of humanity has come by way of breaking those trade-offs only. In our sector and banking and everywhere, we have to break those trade-offs. We have to figure out what those trade-offs are. For example, one of the trade-offs is, can you give liquidity and compound and create corpus over a long period of time? Through our GPP Flexi, zero surrender charge, that's what we do. But for that, you have to make one change. That is, you can't give upfront, you have to put trail. Now, then you have to hunt for distributors who will do this. I'm just giving you an example of how you can create markets. And it is very hard for others to copy. It becomes hard for others to copy because, if it is only a one variable solution, one variable, everybody will jump in and solve that variable because it is easy. Anything which requires harmony across 10 variables is very, very hard to copy because 10 variable, internal culture, all those things starts to become a differentiator and becomes very, very tough to do. But you can create markets using this. So it is a difficult trinity. I'll not say it's an impossible trinity.
Okay. One more question before we go to audience. How is ICICI Bank and ICICI Prudential Life relationship now? Has anything changed and how is it going to go forward?
No, I think ICICI Bank, two things. One is, see, they have two roles to play. One as a shareholder, second as a distributor. I think as a shareholder, they are a very, very good shareholder. They are very supportive. As a distributor, they focus on banking core business mostly, and they do protection for us. And ULIP they do if somebody comes and asks. And they have been steady at between 80 to 100 crores per month. And I think that is where sort of they would be. And if you were to look at it from ICICI Bank's perspective, I think they have been focusing on, I was there on that side. So ICICI Bank was focusing on core banking product and they have done very well and there is nothing to complain. So they have nothing to lose. And from ICICI Prudential perspective, if they do a little bit more, will we be unhappy? No, of course we'll be happy. But as a distributor, I think it is their prerogative, what they want to do. As a shareholder, they are brilliant.
Yeah, so on the distributor side, I mean, largely it was a bit of the surrender charges that were kind of causing discomfort, at least that's perceived. Now with this surrender charge regulation coming into picture, where the products, even from the liquidity perspective and early surrender perspective, becoming more transparent and more customer friendly, can or will there be any change in thought process there?
No, difficult to comment on ICICI Bank's behalf. But I think ICICI Banks, it is, I would say that, they focus essentially on core banking products and not so much on insurance and mutual funds and third party and other party products. I think that's the core of the philosophy. In the core of the philosophy, obviously, then this is the second order, that within insurance, which products they will sell, not sell. Let's see. At this point of time, in our planning and in our thought, we have not sort of budgeted that 80, 100 crores will jump somewhere. If it happens, we'll be happy. If it doesn't happen also, we'll move on with our things. It is, I would say that it is a boon in disguise because of that, we were sort of in some way encouraged and nudged to diversify across products, across channels. And large number of years of experience has taught us that concentration risk is not good, even if it is your parent. What kills you is concentration risk, even if it is your parent, and I'm repeating, because, see, regulators are different, circumstances are different, everything is different. You must not have concentration risk. Concentration risk will kill you one day or the other.
Great. So
You are in broking, you know. Suppose you have concentration risk with only 3 clients, और fund manager change हो गया तो, और trader change हो गया तो, देखो ये सब concentration risk is very bad. वो नहीं चाहिए concentration risk. It is tougher though. It is easier. See, हमको भी अच्छा लगता है अगर concentration risk को कोई कर रहा है, कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं है. All very good. You have to work harder, but you create a more resilient system. If you have, so none of our, see, still ICICI Bank is the largest distributor. Everybody else is 2-3%. 2-3% जब होता है, then you can manage quality better. You can manage many things better. So, all in all, I think it's okay. It's good.
Oh, great. I mean, so with this limited sort of ICICI Bank distribution, still your growths are impressive. I mean, profitability hopefully is going to hold up. Yes, so at this point, I will stop. Probably I will go to the audience for more questions. Probably, I mean, whatever on the regulation side or ICICI Prudential Life business, I have sort of not asked. Probably we'll go to the audiences.
Hi, sir.
Hello.
What do you think plagues persistency beyond 5 years or 60 months?
What plays persistency? What plays persistency on the ULIP side is because it's a 5-year locked up product. So सबको इंथू होता है यार कि लिक्विडिटी मिल गया तो निकाल लो. जो म्यूचुअल फंड को प्ले करता है वो हमको 5 साल बाद प्ले करता है. जब भी आप लिक्विडिटी दोगे वो प्ले करेगा persistency.
But till 2 years back, ULIP as a percentage of the overall mix had decreased significantly. But I had not seen persistency increase.
No, it's not true. It's maths wise. I'm talking ICICI Prudential. It's not true. हमारा first year is nearing 90, 13 months is nearing 90, 5 years is nearing 67%.
So considering insurance is a long-term product, right? Why is persistency not moving up?
Persistency not moving up because so persistency essentially it is. See, if you take out ULIP, okay, where after 5 years there is liquidity. Rest of the places persistency is not bad, and on the protection side, etc., persistency doesn't fall, and it is quite good. And so ULIP is obviously lower because people tend to take out money after 5 years, उनको free मिलता है. And on the other products also, persistency can be improved, should be improved also. I feel that if one of the reasons is because there is a principal agent issue in insurance. What is the principal agent issue? Principal wants policy to be long term, very high persistency. The agent, because they get upfront commission, they don't have that much of interest in that. And so if they don't have that much of interest, they may not work that hard to create persistency because there is nothing linked to persistency. So partly it could be principal agent issue, partly it could be liquidity issue, and that should be mitigated by loan against policies. If there is temporary liquidity, and if it is ULIP, then you can give loan against ULIP. So it can be mitigated. And thirdly, if it is real sort of permanent liquidity requirement, then of course, they will take surrender value and move on. Persistency anyway is better than all other instrument, but still is 65% good for 5 years? No, it should be higher. I agree with you. But देखो मौका मिलेगा लोग तो लेते हैं मतलब, and there is a cost to it. So you can't blame the customer because he is paying a cost for low surrender.
My second question is on the savings front. Financial savings as a percentage of GDP has fallen in the last 3 years. And today banks, mutual funds and insurance company is fighting for the same pool of financial savings. How do you see that impacting the insurance industry?
So if you were to look at sort of, pool of saving, first you are right that financial saving as a percentage of overall thing is coming down. And it is not so much gross, it is net because the liabilities are also increasing. And if you see from where the liabilities are increasing, obviously it is from the lower per capita that the liabilities are increasing. Actually, the net saving there, my sense would be close to zero, if not negative there. But we are seeing that above 35, 40 years of age, generally the surpluses are good and surpluses will move. Now, where will it move? It will move in search of yields or it will move in search of returns. And insurance companies, because by nature they are diversified. We have ULIP, so if you want to have growth, then you have ULIP. You want to take care of annuity, which no other financial sector gives, then you have product for that. You have reinvestment risk management, which no other product has, because nobody is giving you 30-year FD, no, even at this rate. Nobody is giving you, mutual fund anyway doesn't give it, is all NAV mark to market. So there are certain inherent advantages of life insurance, but it is tougher because it is locked up product. So while there are advantages, it is also a locked up product. But you have distributors also who are essentially they are agents, they are principal agents, they are advisors. But I would say that they work harder because they have to generate income. And if you put a guardrails of quality, I think it is a very, very formidable insurance distribution. Just to give you some data, if you see banking, total employee strength would be around 15 lakhs, 7.5 lakhs with public sector, 7.5 lakhs with private sector. The agent will be around 28 lakhs. So the agent in life insurance would be around 28 lakhs. And today, Sahi would not be there if life insurance was not there, as you know. Because Sahi is there because they have health and they have life insurance agents selling them. It is not the agent that they have developed. And if you look at the biggest sort of retail Sahi, they will have close to 7 lakh plus agent, which are all life insurance agent. So it's a very, very large, formidable, if you're outside of the sector, you don't understand how formidable that distribution is and how adaptable that distribution is and how far and how deep the reach of the distribution is, because the agents come from all shapes and sizes. They come from all cities, smaller cities, that cities. If you put a guardrail of quality, I think it's a phenomenal strength that this sector has.
But that same agency distribution is there with banks because of their branch reach and also now with on the mutual fund side.
But branch बड़ा महंगा है ना. Branch कैसे होगा बताओ ना. छोटा branch खोलोगे, 15-20 लाख का खर्चा हो गया तुम्हारा. 15-20 लाख का खर्चा हो गया तुम्हारा, तो तुम्हारा 5 आदमी तो ऐसे ही खप गए तुम्हारे फ्री में. एक भी पॉलिसी आई नहीं, एक भी डिपॉजिट आया नहीं. इवन इफ यू आर पेइंग 3-4 lakhs, 5 आदमी तो खप गया ना भाई वहाँ पर तुम्हारा. अब एक आदमी कैसे 5 आदमी का रथ खींचेगा बताओ. बट एजेंसी का ऐसा नहीं होता ना. ही इज सिंगल, ही डजंट हैव एनी अदर कॉस्ट. इट्स अ completely variable model. See, there is a beauty in the variable model. It's a completely variable model. No, you don't have to set up first 20 lakhs before the first deposit comes in. That is why banks have also started moving to banking correspondent. See, why did banks have to move to banking correspondent? Because of this only. And so it is morphing. But the distribution is very, very powerful. Mutual fund, I would say that, because I have been associated mutual fund for also very, very long. Mutual fund, the issue is that after trail has come, the number of independent financial advisors haven't increased. Because 1 लाख भी बेचोगे, तो 1000 रुपये बनेगा आपका. तो 1000 रुपये से घर नहीं चलता ना. तो पार्ट टाइम कुछ और करने लगता है. पार्ट टाइम कुछ और करने लगता है तो, बट द ब्यूटी देयर इज दैट while it is trail, there is inherent demand. Here, because it is locked up, so it doesn't work. So there is another misnomer on the distribution side that, that life insurance agent को बहुत पैसा मिलता है, बहुत commission मिलता है. ऐसा नहीं है कुछ. Because the commission is paid only for the premium paying term, which is 5 years. Policy is 15 years. And it is paid on premium payment only, not on fund value. So 100 रुपये है तो 100 रुपये भी मिलता है. Plus upfront और trail कुछ है नहीं उसमें. So net, if I don't have liquidity, if I don't have working capital problem, then a mutual fund distributor earns more money from me than if I were to sell a ULIP plan, for example. But you have to hold it for 7-8 years for break even, and that is where the whole issue is, that you have but otherwise ऐसा नहीं है that you get paid, you get bored. The issue is upfront versus trail. Issue is not absolute amount.
If I may be permitted, one more question.
Or no other hand is coming up, so लगे रहो. There is
If
one
you were
more.
to remove the tax arbitrage for even less than 5 lakh policy, how competitive would insurance be as a saving product?
If you remove 5 lakh is there because you have got 10 times cover, no? That is why.
No, I'm saying the tax arbitrage.
What
Today,
tax
insurance is more tax efficient, at least for the lower set of.
No, 10 ही है ना, 10 times टैक्स कवर है ना. सी देखो मैं तो बस यही देखता हूँ, आई सी एम दी वन थिंग दैट इट्स अ लॉक्ड अप प्रोडक्ट. इट्स अ लॉक्ड अप प्रोडक्ट ना. सो अगर इंक्रीमेंटली देखोगे आफ्टर ऑल दिस म्यूचुअल फंड में जो पैसा आया है, द नंबर ऑफ रुपीज करोड़ दैट हैज कम अप इन लॉक्ड अप प्रोडक्ट. इच्छा देखो हर फंड मैनेजर की होती है ना कि यार मैं फंड मैनेजमेंट करूँ और लिक्विडिटी मैनेजमेंट नहीं करूँ. सबको इच्छा होती है. यू एग्री नो? सबको इच्छा है. हर फंड मैनेजर को ऐसी इच्छा होती है कि यार ये क्या बॉस, ये रिडेम्पशन होता रहता है. 600 करोड़ आया है साल में लॉकडाउन में, ELSS के साथ बता रहा हूँ. टोटल जो 55 लाख में 2 लाख करोड़ है वो भी पुराने ELSS के चक्कर में. नया तो आता ही नहीं है कुछ लॉकडाउन. सो लॉकडाउन इज वेरी हार्ड, नंबर 1. नंबर 2, इट गिव्स 10 टाइम्स कवर ओनली, देन यू गेट टैक्स एडवांटेज. सो कवर बेच लो. दे आर नॉट लाइक टू लाइक प्रोडक्ट्स एंड इट शुड नॉट, इट इज नॉट क्लबिंग. देखो अगर मोमेंटम खेलना है ना तो म्यूचुअल फंड में ही डालना चाहिए. बिकॉज 6 मंथ यहाँ पे बिकॉज लॉकडाउन फॉर 5 years ना, यू कांट प्ले मोमेंटम. So these products are different category products. They are not the same products. And in the minds of the consumer also, अलग-अलग ही रखना चाहिए इसको. Same नहीं करना चाहिए. If you want to build corpus, life insurance is the place. You want to play momentum, I'm telling you, mutual fund is the place. If you want to play for consumption, पता नहीं 2 साल 3 साल में क्या होगा, mutual fund is the place. ये तो 2 साल 3 साल के चक्कर में यूलिप में डालोगे, फिर तुम आत्मा भटकेगी तुम्हारी कि लॉकडाउन हो गया, ओ what to do. मत डालो ना, इधर मत डालो. Unless you have a surplus, extra surplus which you don't want. You want it patiently to compound over a period of time. There is no place, better place than life insurance. मेरा खुद का पैसा पेशेंट वाला उधर लगा हुआ है, मोमेंटम वाला इधर लगा हुआ है. खुद का पैसा बता रहा हूँ, सेल्फ डिस्क्लोजर. दोनों की जरूरत है. It is not either one. It is not either one. And also life insurance is a naturally compounding business. Once you get in, it compounds naturally because redemption का डर नहीं रहता है. All other products which are highly liquid, जैसे FD है, FD जैसे कोविड के बाद हुआ, रिप्राइसिंग शुरू हो गया सबका. रिप्राइसिंग शुरू हो गया ना, तो रिप्राइसिंग का भी तो कॉस्ट बढ़ गया, कट. So see, everything has its own characteristics. We have to understand the deep characteristics of every industry, every sector, and play it. And within those characteristics, like in insurance, you can break the golden knot. Liquidity पे और थोड़ा comfort दे सकते हो. प्लैटिनम टाइप प्रोडक्ट निकाल सकते हो. भाई किसी को म्यूचुअल फंड वाले को चाहिए, उसको बोलता है सर ट्रेल में बड़ा मजा आता है, तो ट्रेल दे दो उसको. ऑप्शन अपफ्रंट भी है, ट्रेल भी है. सम पिकअप ट्रेल, सम पिकअप अपफ्रंट. सब तरह का चलता है, इतना कुछ नहीं. दीज आर सेपरेट एसेट क्लासेज एक्चुअली. एंड थ्रू थिक एंड थिंग्स, थ्रू अप एंड डाउन ऑफ इंटरेस्ट रेट, इट हैज रिमेन्ड द सेम. मतलब 17% ऑफ सेविंग्स. वो एक दूसरे को कोई खाता नहीं है. देखो अभी क्या है, लोन आ गया ना, इसके लिए खा रहा है और कुछ नहीं है. Because that deposit is moving to mutual fund deposits, that is not correct actually. Because there are only 2 ways in economics where money moves out. One is if money is sent out of the country, or you convert to cash and put it. Otherwise, money supply is there within the place, so it doesn't go out. There is one question this side. Sorry.
Hi sir, thanks for taking the time. So my question is, as a customer, am I better off buying protection separately and a mutual fund separately, or does ULIP create more value for me?
वाह यार, ये क्वेश्चन तो सुन के बड़े हुए हम. तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ये जो बोलता है कि हमको प्रोटेक्शन, आपने प्रोटेक्शन म्यूचुअल फंड अलग अलग खरीदा है अभी तक? नहीं खरीदा.
Yeah, I do have it separately.
सेपरेटली ना, दोनों ही ठीक है. टैक्स बेनिफिट नहीं मिलता बस आपको. आप अगर कॉम्बो करके करोगे टैक्स बेनिफिट और मिल सकता था यूलिप में. बट क्या होता है, पीपल वांट लिक्विडिटी, एट योर एज यू मे वांट लिक्विडिटी बिकॉज सम इवेंट में हैपन, आपको घर खरीदना है, उसके लिए डाउन टाइम लेना है, डाउन पेमेंट करना है वगैरह वगैरह. सो पीपल पुट इट इन म्यूचुअल फंड. एक्चुअली यूलिप इज अ वेरी गुड प्रोडक्ट. स्विच फ्री है उसमें, ओके, स्विच फ्री है. बट यू मस्ट हैव सरप्लस मनी. इफ़ यू एवर थिंक दैट यू रिक्वायर, वो अलग अलग ही करना ठीक है. बट मैंने देखा है 99% ऑफ द पीपल जो ये हाथ उठा के क्वेश्चन पूछते, उन्होंने किया नहीं है कुछ. वो मतलब दे हैव नॉट बॉट प्रोटेक्शन. वो बोलते हैं प्रोटेक्शन प्लस ये कर दो, वो कर दो. दोनों ठीक है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. बोथ आर एफिशिएंट प्रोडक्ट्स. एक 2-in-1 है, एक ये है. बोथ आर एफिशिएंट प्रोडक्ट. एंड यूलिप इज़ अ वेरी गुड प्रोडक्ट इफ़ यू आर पेशेंट एंड इफ़ यू हैव सरप्लस मनी, यू डोंट रिक्वायर लिक्विडिटी, तभी आना यूलिप में. टैक्स एफिशिएंट है 2.5 लाख तक. अब तो देखो बढ़ता जा रहा है टैक्स, यूलिप और, समझ रहे हो ना?
Thank you.
अब ये लॉन्ग टर्म बढ़ जाएगा और बढ़ जाएगा, यूलिप और अच्छा हो जाएगा। बोथ आर गुड प्रोडक्ट्स, इसमें कोई खराब प्रोडक्ट कुछ नहीं है।
Hello, sir. My question is, there's a recent debate out in the parliament on the GST on insurance. I just wanted to know your views on it, and even if it is reduced, how much growth can we expect because of reduction in GST on insurance?
देखो मेरे ख्याल से तो मतलब माई पर्सनल व्यू इज दैट टू मच रिडक्शन, आई थिंक 18 का 12 हो सकता है। ओके, मतलब if somebody is thinking by reducing price, elasticity will jump up and you know see then when does reduction in price gives you elasticity in volume? When there is heavy demand waiting and not coming up when price because of price. ऐसा देखो है नहीं। The fact of the matter is that is not true. It's not that you know thousands and thousands of people are waiting to buy protection because it is very expensive. They are not buying protection. Anyway, protection in India is one of the cheapest in the world. As data, as many other things, it is the cheapest in the world. Not too much elasticity will come, but affordability will come. So at the margin, it will come. मेरा वो है कि जितना 18 से 12 अगर होता है, जितना लॉस होगा उससे बेटर आ जाएगा इलास्टिसिटी। So I want to also, you know, go back to the 5 lakh thing. So when 5 lakh and above हो गया, so if you were to multiply the tax, कितना tax बचा, कितना tax मेरा loss हो रहा था, volume ही घट गया, तो आपको तो पैसा मिला ही नहीं ना कुछ, क्योंकि volume ही कम हो गया। अभी 40% volume कम हो गया तो ऐसे ही पैसा मिला नहीं आपको, तो आपने बचाया क्या और क्या किया उसका। See, many of these things, I think 18 का 12 करने से अफोर्डेबिलिटी होता है, थोड़ी खुशी आती है, उतना इलास्टिसिटी से हो जाता है। बहुत ज़्यादा ड्रास्टिक कट कर देते हो उतना इलास्टिसिटी से नहीं आएगा। तो आई एम श्योर यू नो दे ऑल रन नंबर्स एक्सेट्रा, दे विल ऑल्सो चेक। सडनली आपने 18 का 5 कर दिया, इतना इलास्टिसिटी नहीं आएगा। 18 का 12 कर देंगे तो अच्छी खुशी भी मिलती है, थोड़ा कट भी हो गया, थोड़ा अच्छा हो गया, अच्छा बोलो तो बढ़िया है एकदम, उतनी इलास्टिसिटी आ जाएगी। बिकॉज एट द मार्जिन प्लेयर्स देन जंप इन बिकॉज इट इज़ affordable. I will request that all of you must buy protection because बहुत सस्ता भी होता है, अच्छा भी होता है, and you must buy protection and you must certainly buy health insurance. अच्छा, protection का एक और क्या है ना, जैसे जैसे उम्र बढ़ेगी ना वैसे वैसे मिलेगा नहीं आपको protection. So if you think that I am not dying, so why should I buy protection? हाँ, after 10 years जब आपका health खराब हो जाएगा मिलेगी नहीं protection आपको. So everybody should buy protection because the inflation in term insurance बढ़ता रहता है। तो all young people जो भी आप मिले ना उनको बोलो protection खरीद के रखो, कुछ है नहीं। 25,000 होता ही क्या है, आजकल फ़ोन भी नहीं मिलता 25,000 का, 1 करोड़ की आपको मिल जाता है पॉलिसी।
Thank you.
आप 4 बार बाहर खाते हो, 1 बार कम खा लेना, 1 करोड़ पॉलिसी मिल जाएगी आपको। Done.
Yeah.
हाँ,
So, yes, with this, we have come to the end of the session.
चलो, thank you very much.
Thank you a lot for your candid talk on the sector, on competition, and also on ICICI Prudential Life.
Thank you.
Thank you a lot.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Bagchi. We really enjoyed that. Thank you, Avinash. Ladies and gentlemen, you may move to the company meetings at different floors, and we will reconvene again at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Thank you.